How you doing, guy? Welcome to my journey where I'm creating good daily habits in all areas of my life. Welcome. I'm having my lunch. I just finished my afternoon workout, so you're gonna watch me eat my food, and I'm gonna, with my mouth full, I'm gonna be reviewing the books that I've been reading, right? As you know, part of my creating good daily habits is putting at least 30 minutes into reading. Sometimes I do more when I get into the zone, when I have more time, or my partner lets me do a bit more reading because she's taking the kids out for a stroll, just like today, right? So basically, yeah, the idea is I'm starting to read more ever in my life, right? You know, I'm 38 now. I'm turning 40 sometime next year, early April. I only read a few books in my life, like the Hobbit and Dragon Quest book, like more fantasy stuff. I think 2 or 3 books is all that I read throughout my entire life. And when I talk about creating good daily habits, I mean just that. Like I want to improve myself. Like everybody should, no matter where you are in areas of your life, whether you're single or parent or mother, you want to be a better father, lover, girlfriend, you know it, because we can improve in those areas. And that is why I created this thing called creating good daily habits, right? Trademark, I'm going to do that. So what it is you can look in areas that you want to improve, and you implement one simple habit into your daily routine, right? One of them is me reading my books. I've finished 3 books, and I'm on to David Gooking's, guys. Can't Hurt Me. I'm about 233 pages. I'm up chapter 8. I've just started chapter 8, and you know, it's quite relaxing sometimes when I know that I go through the stress of my life and I feel like I'm not going anywhere. I find that just get a book into a little corner here. Welcome to the Naked Garden book review. So this is it, right? Into my garden and do a little bit of reading and finding some peace and quiet, right? So I couldn't find my first book I read, so I want to start reviewing the book that I read. Just a quick review on what bits that I really like. So hopefully you guys can go, if it's something that you think that you might be picking up the book, then you can go ahead and do that. So that's it. So it's gonna be part of my book review, my 365 days journey, which is I only have 293 days to go. Can you believe it? I thought like 12 weeks is really long, but I'm on day 72, right? It's Friday the 2nd, day 72. Shit, my 12 week is nearly gone. You know, it just something that just flew by really quickly if you think about it, right? So that's when we look at creating good daily habits. We don't look at it at oh shit, 12 weeks is so long, I can't do it. Like, you look at it as you're enhancing, you're improving the areas of your life. It's something that you do obviously every single day, right? Like my morning exercise. This morning my legs were sore. I got sore ankle because I went out and did 11 kilometers at Plenty Gorge, but more hilly terrain than the flat runs that I do around my home, which is the flat loop. I went up there, you know, and I pushed myself a bit further. As you do, you know, I get a bit sore, and this morning I did not feel like doing any exercise, you know, but once you get into it, you feel better. Same thing is in areas of our life, right? I'm gonna hold on a second. We can improve that. We gotta keep doing it. If you don't feel like it, you just gotta get up and then do it. Like reading, right? You don't feel like reading, you just start, and next thing you know, you just develop something that you just happen to love so much. There's a lot of people out there in this world that do the same thing, and they try it and they love it and they stick to that one thing, you know. But how did you know that you didn't like other things? Like for example, how did you know that you like ice cream? You have to try the ice cream first to know that you like it or don't like it. Sometimes you don't like it, you might have to try a few more times, a few more flavors to say, okay, I really don't like it, right? Same thing with life. Right, you can't just do the same thing over and over again when it comes to life, because the beauty of it is learning more things, experience more life before your body dies on you, right? Like reading. So let's get to it, guys. My daily routine, my good daily habits. So I'm creating a playlist where I finish a book and I'm gonna do a quick review on it. Today is the first intro, which takes a bit longer, just recapping what I'm doing. Let's get to it. So this is my second book that I read. My partner Naz has a lot of books in the shelf. I don't really own any books. She's a reader back in the days. So she's recommending me these books. She's recommending lots of books. As you can see, she's also recommended that I read The Snow Falcon. I tried to start reading this a few times. I didn't get a hang of it, but then I got it to at the end. It feels like an average kind of story. We get to it in another book review, guys. Snow Falcon. So this is the White Gardenia by Belinda Alexandra. Thank you, Belinda. I love this story so much. I just feel that it's fiction. It's based in World War II, I'm presuming. Yeah, World War II, where a mother who she lost, she's got a daughter, they lost a father, a husband, and then they got separated during the war. And then the mother's getting taken to the cold camp, the work camp back in Russia. And she left her, I think she's like, how old is she? Maybe she's 14 or 15 by herself. She's very young. And back in those days, when you're young, it's not like you're young in these days. Back in those days, when you're 12 or 13, you know you can do a lot of things by yourself. That's the reality of it, right? The world has changed now. Like 12, 13, these kids are still like, still like babies. They have no understanding. Back in the days when I was 12, 13, I'm cooking dinner, I'm looking after my baby brother, I got lots of responsibilities. Now these kids, they don't have nothing, right? So like, depending on your generation, so this World War II, it makes you grow tougher and stronger. And she's got the strong will. She's very smart when it comes to knowing her way around, her place, her intellect, just being in part of the royal kind of like atmosphere, because her father is a general, colonel. Sorry, her father's a colonel in the Russian army, who taught her the high life, to be well acted, adequate, how to act around people, eat, all these things that make her a bit more modern than your average Jane and Joe, right? So Anya, so it's Anya, guys. So she's got broken up by I'm recapping the things that I love. I should actually I should so basically, welcome to the Naked Garden. I should really look at some videos about people reviewing first before doing my first book a review. I don't know how it's supposed to go, but I'm just gonna go with my gut feeling, guys. I'm going with the gut feelings, how I remember the story. It's been a while. This is the second book. I'm now on to the fourth book, but every now and then I have flashbacks to the story, how she overcome all these obstacles. It feels like her life just keeps like getting over one obstacle, other shit just keeps happening. Well, it's a fiction, you gotta make it more interesting, just like a movie, right? Just when you go through one phase, these other problems arises, and she's gotta deal with that, right? So so what happened is, so she's abandoned. Her neighbor, their neighbor has asked her to actually, she got captured by one of the communist fella who's gonna be using her as torture and testing like a guinea pig. But then she got intervened and got rescued by her neighbor, who sends her away to a good friend of their neighbor, Olga, who's based in the they were in China. This is based in the China World War II, where there's a lot of Russians living in that area. She's going to I forgot the city name. Which city did they go? Beijing? No, Beijing. No. Yeah, pretty sure it's Beijing. Somewhere, man, in China. So she moves there. I'm sorry, guys, I couldn't remember the city. So she left there. Her neighbor sends her over to to a friend's place who is more well off, who is rich, who it's called Shanghai. That's it. So they went to she's migrated to Shanghai, staying at a friend's place of the neighbors who recommended her. The problem is she's like, so he's addicted to cocaine. He's addicted to is it cocaine? What's that drug? What drug? What is that popular drug in China back in the days in World War II? No, I can't remember, guys. Not cocaine, it's something else. So he's addicted to that stuff, but he's got a very successful life, because he's running one of the best nightclub in town. It's called Moscow Shanghai. Basically most celebrities on the high end, rich people are top of the calendar, you know, top of the atmosphere, the level of society that comes and visit his nightclubs. So there he's got the wife that he loves passed away. He's got a new wife that becomes basically like a bitch to Anya. She really hated the Anya that suddenly just comes into her life and basically will ruin her life, right? She basically wants, you know, one of those things when it just like any movies, you're always going to be having some sort of drama between the main character and another person, you know. It's just like right? So she hates Anya, who is 15 at the time. That's taking a lot of attention from the uncle, which what's just forgetting his name name there. Like I said, it's been a while, so this is just like an idea that just came out of nowhere to read, guys. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna have my meal. I'm gonna have my protein, guys. It's called the Naked Garden book review, guys. Find me in my YouTube channel, which is the Nip That. You search for Nip That, you find me. I have no etiquette, guys. I'm basically a caveman. So you guys can welcome to leave me a message. I'm actually eating. I can see it. So so there was like, you know, like drama between the two women, and also Dimitri is the basically who Anya really falls in love with, you know, because he's used to be a street rat coming out nowhere. Her mother used to work in one of those clubs like that to entertain the crowds. It just happens that one night she got abused and killed by one of the gentlemen at the club, right? And he's distorted. He vowed to himself that he would never be poor. He was trying to find a way to get rich and more money, right? That's a society. There's people like that who goes through a rough time, and all they want in life, they get rich and get money to find happiness, if that makes sense, because being poor could be the worst thing that could happen to anyone, right? So he finds a way to get into Dimitri finds a way to get close to the uncle, the friend there who he manages the nightclub. So slowly those two basically got fallen in love, but the so they both get married somehow, and the uncle who happens to love Anya very much, giving her everything that she ever wanted. And then during that night, he passed away from overdose or some sort of poisoning. Her sister-in-law says that could be the wife that poisoned her, because she wants a lot from him. She wants to inherit the house, the big mansion, the club, etc., right? So so he got jealous of Anya. So the whole two, as I was saying before, so this is where it begins, and then the war comes back, right? All these communists coming back to Shanghai, they're taking back all the businesses, shutting down the business, taking all the properties over, and the Moscow Shanghai club got shut down. And then the ex-wife decides to leave with had an affair. Actually, she had an affair with Dmitry, with Anya's husband. You know, her first husband. They've been having an affair when they were working together at the nightclub. So Anya gave them the nightclub as part of the for her husband, because she inherited basically everything from the uncle, the riches and everything. But when the war comes, it means nothing anyway. It gets taken away. The nightclubs got shut down. She got cheated by her her husband got an affair with the ex-wife. At the end of the day, the ex-wife doesn't care about Anya. She's doing everything she can to ruin their relationship, their marriage, everything, right? So when Anya decided to forgive Dmitry, and they all welcome him back together at the mansion, they have to decide to start a new life, leaving everything away, because everything gets taken by the communists that's coming through. She's I'm basically telling you the whole story. This is not good, right? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be telling you the whole story. So what happens is that again Dmitry, her husband, betrayed her the second time around. They were supposed to leave together, but as he was going through the ambassador, he met up with the ex-wife, and then she convinced him to go to get married and go to the US, right? She betrayed him. Now she's all alone again, this poor girl, right? So she's met with somebody there. She's going through this refugee camp in this island, where she has to learn to live and start again, basically through nothing. She's packing all these rich clothes that she used to wear to the nightclubs. So all these fancy things. She's trying to blend in with the people there at the camp. And then there was a typhoon, one to another, and then they got accepted to she met some really good friends there, which one of them she can consider as a sister. That friend also had a mother, and they both really have a real connection. That's all she had, and through her life growing up, she created that bond and that relationship. So she met one of the officers there, one of the guys that basically he falls for her. Like, he really falls for her hard, Anya. But Anya was still thinking about Dmitry, her ex-husband, right? She still hasn't let go of that in some way at all. So she's after the typhoon, the camp get all blown up or washed up, etc. She survived. Most of the people survived there. Actually, they were lucky because everybody survived. Next thing you know, the army forces realized that we need to get them out of this camp. So all these people from countries like the US, the immigrations coming to create visas so they can leave. So the Anya and the sister and the mother have decided to go to the US, to New York, where the friend wanted to become, a singer. She loves performing. And then what happens at the end is that they couldn't. They're not allowed to go. There was something wrong with her mother. She got tuberous or something like that. And then they decided that they have no choice but to send her to France to get better, and the girls have to cut their New York trip migration as a halt and decide to go to Australia. That's also where her lover that said, I love you, why don't you come to Australia with me? Because he went to Australia, and Anya said, no, I don't want to, I don't love you, I don't have feelings for you. So she's arriving in Australia with her best friend or sister, right? So they're going for all these camp, again, challenges of being picked on, a woman there, drama, all these things are happening in the camp. Because she's got a really good leader from the commander at the previous camp, so she's got a job at the camp there doing like writing, typewriter, office admin. So it's quite. What I love about it is just so quickly. I don't want to finish the ending. The whole story of it is how the mothers and the daughter, the mother and the daughter got separated. So the whole time is she's trying to find ways to find any piece or any evidence that her mother is alive, right? because she's in Australia. They met a friend that knows that the uncle, his father and uncle, that have seen that her mother was actually got killed during the transportation of the train, and she was devastated and somehow, right? So that's basically the whole story's journey of her finding a new life, and the connection that she has never given up, that her mother has died. She keeps trying to find ways to connect in the end. It's a beautiful story of just how we, no matter how worse things can get, she has started her life over so many times from scratch, right? In this modern day world, no matter where we are in life and how bad we are, once you hit the bottom, you hit the bottom. You can't go any bottom, can't get any further, right? So the only way through is up. So you can start climbing up again the ladder, whatever that you need to do, whatever life that you're in right now. Basically perseverance, what she had to go through and continue to learn everything over and over and over again. That's what life is all about. I continue to say this, and this book basically says it all, like all the journeys she has to overcome, the fears, but in the end they fall in love, etc., with the husband, the one that's from the island, guys. So I recommend this freaking book. I freaking love it. Just every now and then I flash back to the stories, and I love some sections how they both fell in love, and how I still can't believe that her husband betrayed her twice. After the first time she accepted her apology, and then he went back and do it the second time, betray. That really hurts a person very much, So I really recommend this book, guys. I recommend it. Check it out. You like fiction, love, story, drama, basically everything that you can throw in there, just like a movie, man. It feels like a movie. It started off a bit slow, but then once things pick up the pace with the war, and she's in the camp, and she gotta find a way into Sydney and try to live a life in Sydney. Back then there's a lot of racism, believed trying to fit into society because she doesn't talk the same as they are, etc. So go out there, guys. I recommend this book. Is it the White Gardenia, guys? Please go out there. The next book I'm gonna be reviewing. This book I'm not very. I was still gonna review it. My thoughts on it. Not very. Feels like a blah 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 kind of story that you've seen so many times in the movies. It feels like it's draining on a little bit. I might skip that, but I don't know, guys. But I'm really looking forward to this. I'm about to finish this. I love to do a review about this. He's inspired me, guys. He's so inspired me to go a bit further. He inspired me to get back to my running and push harder with my running than I ever did before. I've done my first 44k marathon 4 or 5 years ago, and now I'm trying to get into my first 50k marathon, right? It's all about inspiring others. So thank you for tuning into the Naked Garden, guys. Naked Garden for basically I'm naked, I'm in my garden reviewing this book, The White Gardenia. Cheers, guys. Go out there and create this good daily habits. Please become the desired version of yourself. Whether you become a better father, mother, etc., lover, you need to keep improving in areas of your life. No matter what you are, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, because when you do that, your life will just become so much better, right? Do it, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.